Our lesson is on rational equation. The following questions that we have to bear in mind in this lesson are the following. First, what is a rational equation? Second, how do we solve a rational equation? And third, what is an extraneous solution? So what is a rational equation? A rational equation is an equation involving rational expressions. How do we solve rational equation? To solve rational equation, first you have to look for the least common denominator or LCD of all the expressions in the equation. This steps eliminates the denominators of the rational expression and results in an equation that you can solve by using algebra. So first example, how do we solve the equation x minus 24 over x equals 5? What is the LCD? Please take note that x should not be equal to 0 because if x is equal to 0, the expression or the equation will be undefined. So we multiply each term by the LCD x, then we simplify. X times x is x squared, x times negative 24 over x is minus 24, and then 5 times x is equal to 5x. So write it in standard form, make one side equal to 0. So if you have x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals 0. How do we solve this equation? So we simply factor. So what are the factors of x squared minus 5x minus 24? So you have x minus 8 times the quantity x plus 3 equals 0. Applying the zero product property, equating each factor to 0, you will have x equals 8 and x equals negative 3. So the solution for this rational equation is x equals 8 and x equals negative 3. Second example, 2x all over x plus 3 minus 5 equals 1 all over x plus 3. So this time, x should not be equal to negative 3. So we multiply it by the LCD, which is x plus 3. It will result to 2x minus 5 times x, 5x, minus 5 times positive 3 minus 15, which is equal to 1. Again, making one side equal to 0. Simplify first, making one side equal to 0. Solving with x, you have negative 3x equals 16. X equals negative 16 over 3. So the solution is negative 16 over 3. Third example, 3 over x minus 2 all over x plus 1 equals 4 over x. So this time, take note, x should not be equal to negative 1 or 0. Again, why is it should not be equal to negative 1 or 0? These are the values that will make the expression undefined or the equation undefined. So the LCD is x times x plus 1, multiplying the rational equation by x over x plus 1. You will have 3 times x plus 1 is 3x plus 3 minus 2x equals 4x plus 4. Simplifying, you will have x plus 3 equals 4x plus 4. Solving for x, so transpose, you will have x equals to negative 1/3. So the solution for this rational equation is negative 1/3. So we have what we call an extraneous solution. So what is an extraneous solution? Extraneous solution is a solution of an equation derived from original equation that is not a solution of the original equation. So when you solve a rational equation, it's possible to get an extraneous solution. This value should be eliminated from the solution set. always check your solutions by substituting them into the original equation. So extraneous solution, in short, is a solution of your new equation, new derived equation, but not the original equation. So let's try to solve this one. Example number 4. 5x all over x minus 2 equals 3x plus 4 all over x minus 2. So this time, note that the denominator should not be equal to 2, or rather the value of x should not be equal to 2. So we multiply it by the LCD, which will result to 5x equals 3x plus 4. Solving for x. So transpose 3x to the other side, so that will yield to minus 3x. So you have 2x equals 4 and x equals 2. So any observation with the value of x? The value of x is 2, and the value of x is 2, and that is our restriction. So that means what? X equals 2 is an extraneous solution. So therefore, for this particular rational equation, we have no solution. Because again, x equals 2 is an extraneous solution, or an extraneous rule. Another example is 2x minus 5 all over x minus 8 plus x over 2 equals 11 over x minus 8. So this time, note that x should not be equal to 8. So we multiply it by the LCD, 2 times the quantity x minus 8, which will give you 4x minus 10 from 2 times 2x minus 5, and x squared minus 8x from x times x minus 8, and 11 times 2, which is 22. So simplifying, you have x squared minus 4x minus 32, transposing 22 to the left side, making one side equal to 0. So again, this is a quadratic equation. So we factor x minus 4, x squared minus 4x minus 32 equals 0. So you have x minus 8 and x plus 4. Applying the zero product property, solve for x, you have x equals 8 and x equals negative 4. But you have to check, are both values of x solution of your rational equation? Go back to your restriction. So you have there x should not be equal to 8. So therefore, x equals 8 is an extraneous solution or extraneous root, because this will make the equation equal, the denominator equal to 0, which makes it undefined. And you have the other solution, negative 4, as your only solution. How about this one? 1 all over x minus 1 plus x all over x minus 1 plus x over 6. So here, note that x should not be equal to 1. The LCD is 6 times x minus 1. Multiplying it by the LCD, you will have 6 times 1 equals 6. 6 times x equals 6x. And x times x minus 1, which is x squared minus x. So simplifying, you'll have x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So again, this is a quadratic equation. We solve it by factoring. You have x plus 6 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. Applying the zero product property, you have x equals negative 6 and negative 1. But again, 1 is an extraneous solution. So you just have negative 6 as the only solution for this rational equation. So that's it for rational equation. So again, rational equation is an equation that involves rational expressions How do we solve rational equation? You can solve rational equation by finding the LCD of all the denominators of the given equation, then multiplying the LCD to eliminate the denominator, solving the resulting equation, and then identifying your solution.